In my last video, I built something very complicated. It was also very fun and very popular, but it was also very heavy. So I built this trailer. This build was actually pretty fun, and there'll be a video about it in the future soon. But for now, I'm putting the Intruder 12X3 away, and I'm gonna fish from this boat, the Predator103. This is a little bit simpler, but it also has a live well. You can see I have a bunch of mangrove crabs in there. It's a great place to keep your crabs if you're under bridges collecting them. But look at that, you can pull the plug and it'll fill with water up to the water line on the outside of the boat. And inside there you can put pilchards. I mean, how many small vessels can you actually keep pilchards in? So I took my friend Chad out to test this boat and a new motor. One of the nice things about having pilchards is that not only are they great bait, candy of the bay, I mean everything eats these things, but you can also use them for chum. You can see my friend Chad here, he's going to pull a few out and throw them over where we're fishing. And usually if there's any fish around that are hungry, they'll blow up on them. We spot some right there. And shortly thereafter, I hook up. This wound up being a little snook, and he took me into a branch that was floating. But I was able to get him out. Nice fish, and a terrible release. But there's your proof about how effective these little pilchards really are. Next thing you know, Chad was on. He got himself a nice snook. Him and I were just out here fishing and playing, and I wasn't even going to bring the camera with me, so forgive me for the bad sound. At least I was able to record him catching a nice snook.
Oh, catching early.
You know it was a snook. It was close to the leader, that's a catch. Next day I threw another one of these little fishes out. Every time we threw one of these little fishes out, we didn't have to wait long before we had a bite. This time I had a little jack. This little jack was not much bigger than the bait I used. Aggressive little buggers. After moving slightly, I was into another fish. This time a puffer fish. These little squiggly fellows are very soft, but you don't want to get your hand near their mouth. They'll take a cute little piece of flesh out of you with that mouth of theirs. So this guy gets an unceremonious release. We also caught a whole bunch of little snook. We had spotted some really big snook, and for a second, I thought my friend Chad had hooked one.
Oh, God bless him.
Dang it, yo! Whatever this fish was, it was pulling drag, and no matter how much he tightened it, he could not stop this fish. He started chasing it since we weren't anchored. This was definitely Chad's fish, so I took the tiller handle and I let him sit up front. Great thing about this electric motor that I'm using is that it's like the best of both worlds. That's a strong fish, bro. Huh? That's a strong fish. It's like a trolling motor and a gas motor all at once. This is not a trolling motor though. It's rated at 3 horse and it moves this little boat really nice. I couldn't believe we were chasing this fish. Big jack maybe?
Maybe.
Sorry.
Hey, turn your corner.
Yeah.
There's a lot of running. open water, man.
Maybe it's a real big snook. Who knows?
I didn't see it.
Although I was really hopeful that it might have been that huge snook that we had seen, it hadn't come up to the surface yet. We were starting to think it was a different type of fish, though. No matter what it was, we were hoping we'd get to have a look at it at least. Is he in the trees or no?
You're gonna feel it every time he beats his tail. See the
Jack. I think he's...
furthest out pulled by a fish.
Well, we do a lot of chasing, yeah. Not having to pull on a cord was really nice. Another advantage to an electric motor. Perhaps I'll do another video about this e-propulsion motor in the future. Okay, so finally took this thing out of the housing. You might hear a little wind noise. Whatever it is, it likes greenbacks. I think it's one of those fish that likes everything, though. He's turning the whole boat.
That looks like supper. We'll see.
Jacks are not traditionally thought of as good table fare, but cooked properly, Jack is actually pretty good. Definitely a Jack.
Yeah.
I don't need to see it.
Fighting in circles?
Yep.
Oh, look at all that silver, cuz.
Yeah.
That is a grown Jack.
Get ready. He fits in there.
Yeah. Damn.
I'd say he's 10 pounds at least. Maybe bigger.
Maybe bigger.
Wow. There you go. There it is.
Oh my God.
One of the hardest fighting fish in the Little Manatee River, that's for sure.
How thick he is.
Yeah. He's been eating good.
Yeah, he has. Pliers right there.
He might take the hook.
Come on, Nancy.
Uh-huh. Told you.
He's buttoned.
He's buttoned. He took it.
Got it.
He's got a little bling to go home with.
Damn.
Don't worry. He'll keep harassing the rest of the wildlife out here, I know it. God, you gotta love them Jacks.
Bless it with a Jack.
Gotta dart him into, ooh, there he goes. Wow. Nice fish.
Well, that was worth the price of admission.
Yes, sir. I'm liking having a live well on this thing. We gotta do this more often. I am a very lucky guy to be able to play with electric motors and different types of boats. Thank you very much to e-propulsion and to Pelican and to my friends for coming out and fishing with me. And of course, you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos from this boat and other hijinks that I get into.
You get the lid.
Oh yeah, and the trailer for that Intruder 12X3.